Coke vs. Pepsi, chocolate vs. vanilla, iPhone vs. Android. These are all debates that have held the attention of our world for decades. They have been discussed in books, on TV, around the dinner table, but no one can decide just which side is better. However, the debate that has caused the most discussion, and even sometimes the end of a good relationship, is which is better, cats or dogs. The people of ancient Egypt, while maybe liking dogs, clearly were on the side of the cat. I like to think of the ancient Egyptians as being a lot like us in this technological age. They really liked cats, and they really liked writing on walls. Now, the evidence that this civilization loved cats is everywhere. It's in the hieroglyphics, the statues like the Sphinx, and even their gods. Gods such as Ra and Bastet were depicted as having cat-like forms. Ra had a feline face in some drawings of him, and Bastet was usually seen as having a cat's head and a woman's body. This meant that the cats were given a divine-like status and treated with more respect than other animals that were found in Egypt during this time. Although cats had this divine importance, were they really treated with gentleness and as if they had divine importance? I'm not so sure. There's extensive archaeological evidence that suggests ill treatment of these animals, along with other inhumane things. These cats may have been worshipped, but they did not live the high life. With this divine importance comes a certain price. In ancient Egypt, a popular way of showing respect to a deity was by giving votive offerings. For the cats, this would mean that they would be killed and mummified and be placed in tombs to honor the dead or the gods. The varying sizes and developments of the cats suggested that the felines offered could range from kittens to adults. No cat was safe. Mummification wasn't the only threat to the cats. With the beginning of cat domestication occurring in Egypt in this time, there was still trouble taming the cats. Since the felines were mainly taken from the wild, to be pets they were more difficult to train and bend to the wills of the humans who were training them. This difficulty led to later cruelty to the animals. Because most animals resist being tamed and bent to the wills of humans, the cats were harmed during domestication and transportation. There is evidence found in a tomb called Tomb 12 that held a cat with healed humerus and femur fractures. Archaeologists believe that these injuries were obtained during domestication. Just another example of the hardships these animals faced. To keep up with the large demand of cats needed for mummification and as pets, the ancient Egyptian created catteries. These catteries mass-bred cats for their many uses. This meant that the felines were bred specifically to either be killed for mummification or domestication. In other words, die or be imprisoned. Now, some people may argue that what was done to these animals was necessary, that it was only to give them a better life, or even it was what was best for humans. These people might even argue that we still practice these acts today with the mass breeding of animals like cows. They might even say it's normal. The problem with this argument, though, is that it goes right down to what is right. In Canada and other countries around the world, there are laws against the mistreatment of animals. This means that society has evolved enough to see the errors in the ways of the ancient Egyptians. The argument that what was done to these cats isn't that bad is unethical right down to its roots. Though the cats in ancient Egypt were seen as having importance from the heavens and were supposed to be protected, these animals went through a lot of bad things. They were either mass-bred, mummified, domesticated, or all three. And with each of these usually ended in death or injury. We have come a long way from the times of ancient Egypt. Our technology has improved, our fashion has changed, but most importantly, we have evolved in the way we treat cats. We now treat them with love and compassion, and we show this love in the most genuine way, dressing them up in cute costumes and taking pictures.